All right. I'm gonna rant a little bit, and you know I'm going to. Um, this shit with Ty Gibbs is getting out of fucking control. Um, I need coffee first. So, let's talk. And I'm Sass. Um, like he needs to mature more. Yeah, didn't you guys say the same shit about, let's see, Logano, Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, all these other drivers, and look how. Oh, and Dale Senior. You guys went last a fucking day with Dale Senior in the field. You would be crying your little snowflake tears off. Like, it's beyond sad how pathetic this fan base has gotten. It's absolutely pathetic and hypocritical, I may add. Um, I'm almost out of creamer. Um, it's like what Ty did is nothing new. I don't understand how um, that was all of a sudden lose respect for the driver altogether kind of deal. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like I literally do not like maturing, really? Um this is not the worst thing you guys ever fucking seen in your entire lives when it comes to racing. The kid is 20. He doesn't need maturing. You people need to get a grip and stop calling him names, acting like he's just some spoiled rich kid when he's not. You guys say the same shit about Chase, no matter what he does. Like literally, no matter what he does. Um, it's the only reason you guys shit on him is because of a last name. That's the only reason. If it was not him, you wouldn't be saying anything. Just over the more of the fact like, oh, he wrecked a teammate. How pathetic. Other than that, you're just going off because it's Ty Gibbs and you guys are shitting on because he's a God fearing kid and he's a aggressive, hard, gritty racer that we've needed back in this series or in the sport for years because we lost touch with that. Like we lost touch with that kind of feeling within the garage area. So it's like I'm. Ugh. Plus, when I say something, do not correct me in my original statement. Like, oh, you've left out like dirty racing. I feel like that's what you missed in your thing. I'm like, no, you don't speak for me and don't correct me. Like, I didn't speak for you. I'm like, pretty sure you just did. Because if I don't agree with every single thing you guys say about him or disagree with you in general about things that happen within the series and whatnot and certain drivers, you guys jump at my throat and like try to take my head off, which doesn't make any sense. Like, what happened to being such a nice, warm fan base that's turned into fucking toxicity, hypocritical toxicity, I may add. If like anyone else was saying shit I like about Chase or whatever, you guys would be defending his shit and whatnot. And if he like intentionally wrecked somebody, you guys, some of you would still fucking defend him or whatnot, and he'd still get the same fucking um, whatever the situation going on. Like, he'll still get the same reaction from the fan base just because people strictly don't like him. So, what happened to this hard, gritty racing? It's Martinsville. You're going for the win. I don't agree with like, oh, if you're in second and I can't pass you cleanly, then I'll just stay in second. I'm like, no, but that's not how. No, this is not the 90s. This is not the 2000s of racing. I get Jeff Gordon was like that, but fuck what he did. This is 2022. We need to get back to the dirty, gritty racing. Like, if you're in second place and you have a chance to go for it, use the bumper, do it. Like, fucking do it. I don't get why people have strayed away from that all of a sudden. But granted, a lot of this fan base has gotten younger, so they don't understand like the Dale Sr. aspect of racing, like, at all. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, like early Jimmy Johnson days. Like currently now, Joey Logano. At one point it was like Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch. Like, they all did shitty fucking things on track. But no one like went out to the head. So I'm wishing they got wrecked the next week, or hope that he didn't go out and win the championship next week or had a chance to do it. Oh, let's take points away for him wrecking him on purpose. You know how many times my driver and other drivers have been wrecked on purpose without any repercussions to the other driver? How many times? Many times. I don't think anyone gives a shit at this point. You guys are only getting angry because of being Gibbs and being Joe Gibbs' grandson. That's literally the only reason. And when Brandon Jones like, I think I lost all respect for him for that. I'm like, God, guys, you guys need to grow up and get a grip. This is racing, not kindergarten where we try to get along and skip along, sing songs and acting like everything's all hunky-dory. This is competition, racing, fuck the teammates bullshit. Like, clearly Larson doesn't give a shit about being a good teammate because he's screwed Chase over numerous amounts of times. Like, I know he hasn't, like, wrecked Chase, like, in that way, but he still has screwed over Chase numerous of times and acted like the victim. So, so I said, I don't, and probably most of the pit road has lost victims. I'm like, again, why do people feel the need to speak on behalf of him and like feel the need to speak on behalf of others? If it's not their driver affected, then what's the fucking point of like bitching and moaning about this shit? I don't make any sense. Like, I don't get it. Ugh. Playoffs bring out the worst in people in the racing world, especially. Like, don't even get me started. It's like, I've been like the brunt of everyone's like in the middle of everyone's fucking drama. And it's like, if I don't agree with anyone, then I'm like in the middle, or like I'm on one side with. It's like I can't breathe. It's like, let's just accept that that was a damn good fucking race. Let's just admit that. That's like nitty gritty Martinsville for you. I've wanted to see that kind of racing in the spring with the Cup Series. Like, why was that so damn difficult to get? Like, if you guys didn't want to see like Hendrick Motorsports dominate the race majority of the fucking time, then we need to fix the package, and hopefully they did. Hopefully there's actual passing, like in the Xfinity Series. Like, get that package from the Xfinity Series and put it in the Cup cars. I swear you guys would not last a goddamn day in like the time of Tony Stewart, early Kurt Busch, early Kyle Busch. Tony Stewart, Dale Sr., you guys would be crying constantly. And honestly, it would be absolute entertainment. I've been around through every freaking stage of like Dale Sr.'s career. Not every stage, but like through part of Dale Sr.'s career. Jeff, Jimmy, Tony, Kurt, Kyle, and even Logano, who's a dirtbag when it comes to this kind of stuff. But you guys like praise him when he doesn't defend him. And then Kyle Busch does it like, oh, you defend him and blah blah blah. Then he would defend him. Like all these guys have done shitty fucking things on track. Wrecked someone intentionally, but never wanted to admit it. But look how popular they are. Look at as many fans as they are. Well, most of them are champions. Hamlin, I don't think will ever be a champion. So we'll see how that goes today and plays out. But it's absolutely ridiculous how this fan base has come to. Like the same people who bitch and moan about Ty Gibbs only being there and being good because he's in Joe Gibbs racing equipment and he's related to the owner, and the only reason he got there is because of him, and are the same people who defend and fawn over Chase Elliott. Like I love Chase, but it's like these are the same people that like crying defend the shit out of Chase when someone shit on them for the same exact reason. You're shitting on Ty Gibbs. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Just tell me I'm wrong. It's like racing can't so unpredictable, but you guys cry over the dumbest things possible. Like for a while it was the numbers moved forward, it was this, it was that, and blah. I'm like, can we just shut up and just enjoy the racing, please? Like I'm sticking by Ty Gibbs, and I'm glad he made the Final Four. Boy, Noah is in the Final Four. My dad's driver's in the Final Four. Even so, 3 out of the 4 junior motorsports drivers have a shot at a title, whoever it may be. I feel like it's still going to be Noah because he won at Phoenix in the spring, and I got to be there to see it. So, not sure how good Ty Gibbs is at Phoenix, but he was good in the I think it was ARCA Menard series. Like he was running that series I think last year, and but yeah, he pretty much dominated that race last year. So but that's pretty much the extent of it. But let's talk about DGR for a minute. Like, what kind of name did they just come up with and just like, here, that sounds good. Like, that sounds like fucking garbage, honestly. And they're switching over to Toyota. So it means, like, where's Haley gonna go? Is she gonna go full-time in the Xfinity Series? In the Ford? Like, who fucking knows? Because I feel like she would get more advantage in the Xfinity Series and get more experience, because trucks, you're kind of just stuck there, and she'll never get anywhere if she's still just chilling in the truck series around little boys who don't take it seriously. And she got top 15 in her debut in an Xfinity car. Like, they raced her fairly well, like decent. Like, there were some squirrely moments, but that happens. There's some stupid people in the Xfinity Series, but overall they raced pretty clean and aggressive. but not to the point like, oh, they're petty enough because, oh, it's a girl, I should race her differently, kind of thing. But um, what was I getting at? Drawing a blank. But today it's cutoff race. The gun is already locked in. I don't give a fuck. Chastain has a weird chance of making the final four, but we'll see how today goes. Chase is starting up front with his stupid so-called teammate that you people love so much, which I don't get. Byron has to dig out a deep hole because at that point he's going to be in the must-win situation because he's starting 25th. Chase is 11 points to the good, so he just needs to stay solid all day. Get stage points, stay out of trouble, stay away from people's messes, and we'll be on our way to fight for a second championship, which we have a good chance of getting. I need caffeine. I'm just like, ugh. I'm on edge today. The majority of the people that message me about their hatred towards Ty Gibbs are mainly teenagers, mainly young kids and young adults. I'm like, I feel like you have not experienced actual racing, if that's what you consider dirty racing. So I'm just like, dirty racing. I feel like that's what you left out of your message, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty solid on what I said. I'm not taking it back. So don't speak for me and don't correct me. I didn't speak for you. And I'm like, I could care less. I'm like, clearly you can care because you're commenting back and it's making you're like easily offended and want to be defensive so bad because it's driving you nuts that I'm using some common sense here. Since this fan base doesn't have any, so moving on. Baseball wise, of course, we all know Padres did not make it. Stupid freaking Phillies made it over them. Very sad. Every person I encountered, I was like, I was rooting for them, and blah, blah. I'm like, I know everyone was. I know. I was at work, and so like I was just hooking up to a 53-footer, and guy comes, a truck driver, like a FedEx driver or whatever he was, came up to me and asked me a question to go find a trailer, like to look up a trailer for him, and he saw my hat. Like, first off, I really like your hat. I was rooting for them the entire time. I was hoping they'd make it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm from San Diego, so trust me, I know. So people acknowledge this. I still rep my team regardless of how shitty it ended. But either way, hope the Astros beat the shit out of the Phillies. But I hate both teams regardless, so I don't really care who wins at this point. Football. I don't know what's going on with Tom Brady. I really don't. This is the worst start, I think, ever of his career. He's what, 3-5 right now? 3-5. And this is sad. And he's just getting divorced from his smoking hot wife. But I can see both sides. But let the guy play football and just leave him the hell alone. He's been playing football longer than they've been together, so I just don't care. She's annoying. I just feel Giselle is very, very obnoxious. But even Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is a goddamn diva. Acts like everyone else is the problem but him. Like he needs like solid receivers, and I feel like he has it. But this whole year has been, or season so far, has like receivers, like solid receivers, is dropping the ball, literally. Um, to like wide open passes, like catch the goddamn ball. Like, and then like the roughing the passer BS because of the Tua situation, and then all these unexpected like winners and like contenders now, like the Giants, the Jets, and then Buffalo, like the trifecta of like the New York teams. Like I know there's only like one specific New York team, but in their names like New York. I know they're in New Jersey, but still New York teams, the trifecta. And Buffalo's basically kicking everyone's ass at this point. Anyway, and Broncos are still ass. They're playing in London currently. I don't know if the game's still on or not, but they're playing Jacksonville. Last I saw, Jacksonville was up 10-7 in the third quarter. Bengals are making a turnaround finally. Mahomes is still overrated. Herbert is still struggling with his O-line mishaps and situation. Injuries plague that team more than life itself. Raiders still suck. Who else? Like poor Lions can't catch a break. They suck too. Overall, it's been a weird, unpredictable season. So I'm just drawing a blank at this point. Tomorrow is Halloween, which is weird because I feel like we just started October. And today's my grandmother's birthday, so I have to go get ready for that. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm super goddamn tired. I'm like running on absolutely no sleep for some reason. Like I got a lot of things coming up in November, like race weekend is this weekend. And it's gonna be nice and chilly out, so I get to wear my sweatshirts and my blue teal whatever long sleeve shirt, Chase Elliott shirt. I want to find some Ty Gibbs shirts or whatever, like just to piss people off, and plus show my undying support for that kid, because I like that kid. Like we got the Holler Parade Friday morning, and like all the like the truck race is that night. It's truck race, and then it's the ARCA race and the Xfinity race are I think on the same day, but don't remember. Or it's the ARCA and I don't know. There's a double header on one of Friday or Saturday. I'm looking for the truck series race because Zane Smith is part of the Final Four. And I'm super happy about that. I feel like he can get it done. And out of the Final Four for Xfinity, I still feel like Noah can pull it off and just top off a great season with a championship before he goes over the Cup and brings over his Xfinity crew chief to the Cup side. It's great. And then Alex Bowman is coming back for the final race of the season so he can close out because he's 100% healthy, people. I don't know why people question, like, why does he come back for one race? Why don't you just stay out until, like, Daytona? I'm like, because one, it's his home track. He's from Tucson, but Arizona. his home track. He's gonna close out his like tenure with, well, Greg's tenure together and want that race. So final race with Greg Ives, and then home track. 2 reasons. We're just thankful he is healthy, and we're getting back into action here. I'm super excited that I get to see him run. So, hi, kitty. Hi. Yeah. No, I need to go take a shower. I don't want to, but I'm too lazy and my body hurts. Update on my body. My back still hurts constantly. My eating habits are atrocious because of my birthday. It's just been like sugar roller coaster and eating like junk. So, what else? So I just have to get through 4 more days of work, and I'm off to the races, literally, and hang out with one of my buddies afterwards at his dad's friend's campsite. So I get to enjoy beer, bonfire, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be fun. I enjoy these kind of weekends. I learned from last year, take the weekend off, so I'm not worrying about like calling in or whatever. So I'm taking that whole weekend off, so a 3-day weekend. So after Friday, after work, I'm straight to the racetrack so I can see the holler parade and whatnot. So I have to like be prepared like Thursday, like get all my shit together, extra pair of clothes and whatnot. So I'm not going to bring my headset because I'll wait till Saturday for the Xfinity race and whatnot. So I think I have batteries for that. If not, I have to go get some this week. But again, before I get off of here, and I need to shower and get my life together, which is not going to be easy. Whatever I say is my opinion alone. If you don't like it, I really don't give a shit. No matter what you say to me and how much you dislike Ty Gibbs or any driver I support, that's a you problem. My support for these drivers will not change based on what you say to me or how you think my mind's gonna change over these drivers. I hate these motorcycles so much. Because no matter what you say to me will never change my mind on how I feel about the drivers I support. Talk shit about Chase all you want. I don't give a shit. Talk shit on Noah. I don't give a shit. Talk crap about Ty. I really don't give a shit. I follow the drivers I follow for specific reasons. Don't like it. I don't care. Hate him all you want. Call him names. He's out there winning races, going for a championship. So don't like it. That's a you problem. You need to get a grip instead of calling him immature and needing to grow up. How about get with the times and realize we're not in school anymore. Racing's not here to come play nice and be clean. It's hard banging, hard fucking racing. Like, that's what we want. A lot of people used to rubbing his racing, which I do hate that goddamn phrase, but that's what it is. When did we steer away from that? Like, God forbid, like, oh, beat big, oh, let's cry about it. No, stop it. Stop it. Okay, I gotta get off here before I lose my goddamn mind. Anyway, my opinion is my own. Enjoy your hatred and spewing hate toward a 20-year-old kid that doesn't give a shit about you or your opinion. So, just saying.